There's a quiet storm brewing, friends. You might not see it on the evening news, but walk through the aisles of your local grocery store and you'll feel it. Empty shelves where abundance used to be. Familiar faces etched with a touch of worry. The world keeps turning, but the gears of the supply chain, they're starting to grind. We've all seen the headlines, heard the whispers of uncertainty. It's enough to make anyone uneasy. But fear not, my friends. Hope, you see, is a resilient thing. And hope, coupled with a little preparation, can weather any storm. That's why we're here today. Let's walk this path together, step by step, and shed light on the essentials, the things you need to secure, to face the coming days with a calm heart and a well-stocked pantry. Chapter 1. Let's talk about the unsung heroes of the pantry, the quiet sentinels standing guard against hunger-canned goods. Fruits, vegetables, soups, beans. These are the building blocks of resilience. See, the world's a fragile place. A storm here, a drought there, and suddenly those long highways of commerce, they get a little bumpy. That's when those cans on your shelf transform from simple ingredients into a fortress of security. Don't wait for the storm to hit, my friends. Now's the time to stock up. Visit those local stores, the ones you know so well. Check their inventories, keep a keen eye out for sales. Remember, abundance begets peace of mind. Buy a little extra each week. Build up a reserve that'll see you through any unexpected squalls. Think of it as an investment, not in stocks or bonds, but in something far more valuable, peace of mind. And when you see those shelves fully stocked, remember this. It's not about hoarding, it's about taking control. It's about looking uncertainty in the eye and saying, not today. Because when you have the basics covered, when your pantry is a haven of preparedness, well, that's when you truly find freedom from fear. That's when you can truly rest easy. Chapter 2. Now let's talk about the gifts of the earth, the vibrant colors of nature's bounty fresh produce. There's nothing quite like sinking your teeth into a crisp apple or savoring the sweetness of a sun-ripened tomato. But here's the thing about nature's bounty. It's a fickle friend. Seasons change, weather patterns shift, and suddenly those overflowing baskets at the market seem a little less abundant. Don't despair, my friends. There are ways to navigate these uncertain waters. Seek out your local farmers markets. Talk to the folks who nurture the land, who understand the rhythm of the seasons. And you know what? There's a certain satisfaction that comes from growing your own. A small patch of earth, a few seeds, and a little bit of love can yield a surprising bounty. Remember, self-reliance? It's not just a word, it's a lifeline. It's about taking control of your destiny, one tomato plant at a time. Chapter 3. Let's talk about a subject close to many hearts: meat. It's a staple in many diets, a source of protein that sustains us. But the journey from farm to table, it's become a precarious one. We've all heard the stories, seen the headlines. Processing plants idling, trucks standing silent. The world's appetite for meat, it hasn't waned, but the supply, well, it's a different story. Now, I'm not saying you need to build a smokehouse in your backyard, but a little foresight goes a long way. Take a look in your freezer, my friends. Is it a barren land or a land of plenty? Stock up on frozen options when you can. Chicken, beef, fish. They keep well in the deep freeze, ready to be thawed and transformed into a nourishing meal. And don't be afraid to explore alternative sources of protein. Beans, lentils, tofu. These are versatile ingredients, full of flavor and nourishment. Chapter 4. Dairy products, the white gold. Let's talk about a staple that graces many tables. Dairy. Milk, cheese, yogurt. These are the building blocks of countless meals and comforting snacks. But just like the cows that graze in the fields, the dairy industry is facing its own set of challenges. Labor shortages, transportation bottlenecks. They all add up to a familiar sight: empty shelves where cartons of milk once stood. Now, I'm not suggesting you churn your own butter, though it's a fine skill to have. But there are practical steps you can take to navigate these uncertain times. Consider stocking up on long-life dairy alternatives. Powdered milk, shelf-stable milk boxes, they might not be as glamorous as a fresh gallon of milk, but they'll do in a pinch. And don't forget about the plant-based options. Almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, they've become increasingly popular, and for good reason. They're delicious, nutritious, and readily available. Chapter 5. Baking supplies, the heart of the home. Let's talk about the heart of the home, the place where warmth and nourishment intertwine, the kitchen. And what transforms that kitchen into a haven of deliciousness? Baking supplies, my friends. Flour, sugar, yeast. These are the humble ingredients that have the power to lift spirits and nourish souls. But even these simple pleasures are not immune to the winds of change. Remember the early days when the aroma of freshly baked bread filled homes across the land? It was a time when baking became more than just a hobby. It was a lifeline, a way to find comfort and solace in uncertain times. Well, my friends, those lessons of self-reliance, they haven't faded with time. Keep your pantry stocked with the essentials. Flour, sugar, yeast. They keep well and have a knack for multiplying into deliciousness. And don't forget the little things, the baking powder, the vanilla extract, the spices that transform a simple cake into a celebration. These are the flavors of resilience, the tastes of hope. Chapter 6. Cleaning Supplies, Guardians of Health. Now, let's talk about a subject that's taken on a whole new level of importance. Cleanliness. It's always been important, but in these times, it's more than just keeping a tidy home. It's about safeguarding our health. Remember the empty shelves? The frantic searches for hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes? It was a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, the simplest things, the things we often take for granted, can become scarce. But here's the thing about cleanliness. It's not about having the latest and greatest products, it's about understanding the basics. Soap and water, my friends, those are the true heroes in the fight against germs. Stock up on these essentials. Buy in bulk when you can, but remember, moderation is key. There's no need to hoard, just ensure you have enough to weather any storm. And don't be afraid to explore alternative cleaning methods. Vinegar, baking soda, lemon juice. These natural cleaners have been used for generations, and they're just as effective as their store-bought counterparts. Chapter 7. Paper Products, the unsung heroes of hygiene. Let's talk about the unsung heroes of hygiene, the ones we often take for granted until they're gone. Paper products. Toilet paper, paper towels, tissues. These are the essentials that keep our lives running smoothly. Remember the great toilet paper shortage of 2020? It was a stark reminder that even in the most technologically advanced society, the simplest things can disappear overnight. Now, I'm not suggesting you build a fortress of toilet paper rolls, but a little preparedness goes a long way. Keep a reasonable supply on hand, enough to see you through a few weeks, maybe even a month. And don't be afraid to explore reusable options. Cloth napkins, reusable paper towels, handkerchiefs, these might seem like relics of a bygone era, but they're making a comeback, and for good reason. Remember, sustainability? It's not just a buzzword, it's a way of life. It's about making conscious choices, about reducing our impact on the planet, one paper towel at a time. Chapter 8. Frozen Foods, the Convenience of Preparedness. Let's talk about the modern marvel that is the freezer, a magical land where time stands still and meals are just a microwave away. Frozen foods, vegetables, fruits, pre-cooked meals, they're a testament to our ingenuity, our ability to preserve nature's bounty. Now, I'm not suggesting you live solely on frozen dinners, but a well-stocked freezer is a beautiful thing. It's a safety net, a source of comfort when time is short or energy is low. Think of it as a culinary insurance policy. You might not need it every day, but when you do, you'll be grateful you have it. Stock up on a variety of options, from frozen fruits for smoothies to pre-made meals for those nights when cooking feels like a Herculean task. And don't forget about the simple pleasures, frozen pizzas, ice cream, those little treats that can turn an ordinary day into something special. Remember, preparedness doesn't have to be about deprivation. It's about finding joy in the midst of uncertainty. Outro, secure your peace, one shelf at a time. We've covered a lot of ground today, my friends. From the humble canned good to the convenience of frozen foods, we've explored the essentials, the building blocks of a well-prepared pantry. Remember those 8 key areas: canned goods, fresh produce, meat products, dairy, baking supplies, cleaning supplies, paper products, and frozen foods. These are the pillars of your resilience, the foundation of your peace of mind. Don't wait for the storm to hit, my friends. Act now. Take control of your destiny, one grocery list at a time. Fill your pantry not with fear, but with the confidence that comes from knowing you're prepared.